holdmykidney and welcome to my stream. Tonight I'm finishing the final mission on Invisible Ink on my run at Expert Ironman. Now then,
tracing.
We've done all that. So this is the final mission. I'll be honest, on expert mode in Ironman I've only made it to this mission a couple of times and I have yet to complete it. So what we're basically hoping for here is, I guess a bit of luck. I'm hoping that the augments that I've made to my agents kind of hold water and are good for this. I don't think had the best run of luck in terms of the missions that have come up and the equipment that I've been able to get. That said, we have 3 agents. We have an agent with a sniper rifle and the ability to kill without increasing the alarm tracker. So if we're forced into a situation where we have to use that, hopefully we can get the bodies out of sight. What else have we got? Prism continues to be as useful as ever with a hollow disguise. We've got the accelerator chip 2, which should really help with power. And the biggest disappointment really has been Dr. Zoo. We've got a +1 to armor here, which really isn't going to do all that much on this mission. I did mention on the previous stream, this final mission here, this is the OMNI Mainframe. Now it's difficulty level 5. Not uncommon to see guards running around with armor levels, sort of 7 or 8 is their armor level. Now these guys have armor that is bolstered by the firewall, so it is possible to hack their armor down to a more reasonable level. But really it would be nice to get through this level without having to engage in that much. Having said that, you will see that there are certain key events that are triggered that largely force you into combat, but we will see what happens. Whatever happens, this is the last video of the season, this particular series, and if you've been watching it, thank you very much and good luck to you watching. Yeah, there's really nothing else to say, so win or lose, we're going for it. Oh, but first, I have unspent monies. Now, if there is a nanofab in the mission when we first go into it, there are things I could do with buying. We could do with a neural disruptor with bonuses to armor. We could do with the injector thing that gives you +1 to attack. So there are a number of things we could do with buying if they come up. We have 1 spare augment slot. So again, there's a possibility we could do with buying an augment slot. The question is, what are these agents really going to benefit at this stage from being upgraded? So let's say 600, 500, 600, 1200, so 1700 in total. I could upgrade all of their speed by 1 just to help us get around. Now bearing in mind we're going to be taking 2 NPCs with us on this mission, so it's not just a case of necessarily upgrading my agents. I'm also going to have a couple of characters over whom I have no control, and they are not going to be necessarily upgraded to keep up. So in some respects there's less to be gained from that. I'm slightly less worried about Prism because she has a hollow disguise. Banks is gaining bonuses to action points every time a firewall is broken, so she can potentially move around a little bit. So it's really just, would that extra 1 make a difference? You know what, self-preservation, let's do it. Let's up these 2. And that gives us some spare money left over in case we need to buy anything, but it gives these 2 agents a little bit more protection. Incognita has the ping. This is pretty much, with 1 exception, this is pretty much for me the perfect layout for Incognita. We've got Wisp so that we can permanently tag guards. We've got Ping so that we can distract guards and move them off a particular location should we need to. Parasite works well on low power environments. Dynamo generates 2 points per turn, which supports Prism's hollow disguise. And we can even here kill demons if we need to. From my point of view, that's probably the least useful thing that we've got, but you know, it could still save us. So let's go for it.
We don't know much about this facility, but if Monster is correct, it holds the most powerful computer system in the world. We need to get down there and plug Incognita into that mainframe. She'll have root access to SecNet, and we'll be able to cover our tracks. Monster and I will be joining the infiltration team. We have the tools and the expertise needed to do the AI transfer, and there's no sense in holding back now. This will be our final test. They hit us hard, and we've only had 72 hours to crawl back from the brink. But I have faith in the team we've rebuilt. Don't make me look foolish for believing in you, operator. Let's go.
Engage beam in 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. Beam.
So things not entirely well with your AI there. I should point out as well that this final mission
I've forgotten how much I dislike the transport beam.
will contain some spoilers if you haven't seen the end of the game. And if I do manage to actually make it to the end of this.
I'll try to do a manual restart, but it's going to hurt.
Welcome to the Incog Systems Climate Modeling Platform. System date is June 27, 2045. Would you like to update the system date?
She's back, but there's no telling how long she's going to stay lucid. We need to work fast.
There should be a security hub somewhere on this level. I can get us into the central server room from there.
Okay, so basically on this mission, we are joined by Central, our boss, who I think she's responsible for the fact that Invisible Ink always reminds me slightly of the series Archer. There's something about her that reminds me of the boss in that. Very different characters, but it always puts me in mind. So we're joined by Central, and we are also joined by the hacker Monster. Now these two are an interesting pair. I have actually unlocked these as playable characters from the beginning, but you always get them in this final mission. And they have an interesting pair of abilities that stack up. So Monster has a dart which can knock out a guard, has very, very good armor piercing, but every time you use it, it spawns a demon, so you're making your hacking job that little bit harder. However, Central has an augment which gains you 5 power every time a new demon is installed. Now, what that effectively means when you use them together is every time Monster shoots, Central gives you more power for hacking. So that's quite a nice thing to bundle together. Central has a pretty standard neural disruptor and has the item that she's carrying that needs to be plugged into the mainframe. Monster's upgrade gives you 15% discount on nanofab purchases, which might actually be useful on this particular map if we manage to come across a nanofab and want to upgrade the team a little bit more. Pretty standard action points between them, 8 for Central and 8 for Monster. So let's make a start. First thing I want to do is get people into cover who can't look after themselves. So, Banks. Let's bring Banks up, check through this door. See, straight away we've got a camera here with a 4 security level on its hack. Do I feel safe enough to open this door? I think I have to. At the moment, other than using Banks, it's my only way out of this room. So there must be other things going on there. I'm going to move Banks down. Let's bring Prism up. I'm going to be ultra cautious here. I'm going to use the disguise already, which means I can open the door without triggering any alerts. Okay, so that room goes all the way around the corner. So we really need now that camera to be offline as soon as possible. Might even be worth sending Prism in on the next turn to hack it manually. Dr. Zoo, let's send him down to this door and see what we can see through the locked door. Got a demon database there, but it also has a demon on it. Okay. I'm going to send Monster down to this terminal to hack it, because he gets bonuses to the amount of power he generates. 3 power, nice. Let's kill this. It's going to cost me 5, take me down to 6. Okay, I think it's worth it. We need to know as much as we possibly can. And let's just bring Central into cover here. Okay, let's see what shakes out. Okay, so plenty of activity, but thankfully not too near our starting location, which gives us a bit of breathing room.
Last month was 37 degrees Celsius. This represents a 3% increase over the previous year. Anthropogenic factors show no indication of slowing.
Okay, so I'm just going to send Prism up to manually take down this camera, or at least speed things up. I can't actually get through it, but I can at least bring it down so that I can start moving some of these other characters up. Let's put her into cover, deactivate that ability. Right. Banks can now unlock this door for us. Now that door is currently in sight of someone. So I think it's interesting to know what the best thing to do is at this point. I can't actually yet move characters out, although that's going to go on the next turn. So let's open the door and see who we can draw off their patrol pattern.
Did you see that?
Okay, so here we have a guard. Now you can see this guard here has an armour level of 8. But like I mentioned, the guard is hackable, so his armour is based on the number of firewalls that he has. So actually you don't have to bring him all the way down to 0 to get rid of his armour. You can bring him down to 1 or 2 and he becomes vulnerable. Excuse me. So he's going to be coming this way. So let's just... Banks has plenty of action points at the moment.
I don't recognize those uniforms. I hate not knowing who we're up against.
So we sort of know what this guard is going to do, so I don't really need to sit and watch him do it. So let's put Banks... Now, so what this guard is going to do is walk up to this square. He's going to be facing this way into the room, and he's going to look left and right. So this whole line here is our arc that we don't want to have agents standing on. So let's push... what I really want to do is have agents in a position where they can kind of tempt the guard slightly further out into the room. So let's put Banks up here. And let's put Dr. Zoo... Let's say behind here. That might give us some options. And we'll bring Monster up to hide, let's say, behind this square. Okay, so there he is.
Imagining things.
Right on cue. Unfortunately, what his positioning is now doing is stopping my people from leaving this room. He's got quite a significant view on him. I can't actually get out of this room. So let's be a bit more extreme with what we're doing here. What we really want to do now is... It's interesting. What I really want to do is bring him off his patrol. So let's just watch him, see where he's going. At the moment he's planning to go back. We don't want him to go back because we want to get past him, and ideally we'd like to pick his pocket. So if I move to there, what's he going to do?
What the?
Okay, interesting situation we're in here. Let's just move... No, let's not move Dr. Zoo, that would be a bad idea. So he's going to start heading that way. Now hopefully when he gets to this square he's not going to look left and right, because we would be in trouble already. And that would basically be game over already, which would be a real pity. Let's send Prism up. We can still make progress. Ah, interesting. We have a guard that does come into this room. Curious that I didn't see him before. Okay. Everybody else is stuck where they are for the time being. Yeah. Very heavy-footed, these guards.
Investigating area.
Oh, interesting. See, again, not for the first time, these guards have, not necessarily stuck to the route that the game said they were going to stick to.
Tragically flawed biological machine. It has just enough intelligence to convince itself of its own importance. Its capacity for self-absorption is matched only by its capacity for self-delusion.
Okay, so he's heading back that way. I think now would be a good time to use a tag, although we've only got 3 power left. I am wary of becoming stuck without any power, but I think it's worth the risk. That's a good set of tags. Okay. So the good news is we can get to this guy and we can pick his pocket and still get back into cover. Take the card. Okay, that's good news. Again, we have a similar problem here with this door. I think I'm just going to have to play the trust game and hope that they stick to what they've said they're going to do. Okay. This really is such a difficult level to get about. There are so many guards, and they're so high powered. It really is, always a challenge.
Society exhibits the same drive towards organization as human society, but is unconstrained by the fallacy of individual self-importance. I like ants. They know what they are not.
Yeah, so we've got an interesting problem here. So this guard's going to come back. I can't get through this door without triggering some kind of interest. Difficult. Very difficult. Let's bring Dr. Zoo up to here. Let's just bring Monster down to give us a peep through this door, a bit of early warning, and then get him back into some sort of cover. Okay. Interesting. The other thing, of course, I do is tempt this guard into this room, keep him out of the way. That might be a good call, actually. Though probably not with Central. We need to be very careful with her. you know, in some respects, my main 3 agents are actually largely expendable in this mission, as long as Monster and Central stay on their feet. Okay, let's...
Hey, did you see that?
She has so much movement, it's incredible. Right. I can hack something, because I'm on 0 power, but I've got 0 on my... So let's set this camera going, because I suspect that's one of the things that's causing me problems. Okay. Of course, now is where it's difficult that I'm not generating power till security level 2. It's helpful for later on in missions, but at this early stage, if you don't get power consoles, it proves to be really difficult.
Alarm level 1. Additional
We've also got this laser grid here,
vacancy right. Why are we here?
which is really not helpful. Although this particular grid activates a demon, so it's not the worst one to come across. Do you know, I think there must be another guard tucked away in a corner somewhere here, because no one is looking at this room. Unless that's the camera that's causing that. I think it must be the camera that's causing that yellow square. So let's risk this. Oh, this guard appears to be on a circular patrol. That's awkward. Well, now we are in trouble. And this is where you can see that having 5 agents to manage actually makes it very difficult to work out exactly where to hide people some of the time. Okay, Banks can get through this door. Nuts, I've set off a camera. Or have I? Oh no, that one's going to switch on. Oh, he's going that way. It's this camera being about to turn on that's the real problem. I could just destroy it. Would he hear that? That's the question. I think it's my only option.
Did you hear that?
Yes, they heard that. Damn, looks like we might be losing Banks already. Oh, it's painful. What's she got as backup? Armour piercing 2. There's nothing I can do to save her, I don't think. She could stand here, and I should stress this, I might be lucky with their angle of viewing that they don't happen to see her. Can't promise it though. See, it's times like this when I really wish I had a stim. Never mind. So these guys are all fairly safe. This square here is a danger because actually it can be seen from this side. I could just put this chap off again a bit more. I'd buy us some time from that angle. Okay, Dr. Z seems to have a lot of action points left, but I don't think there's a lot I can do. Okay, fingers crossed. Do you know, against all the odds, I may have actually just got away with that.
Now we can't see anything. Hey, what was that?
Look at that, that's so very close.
Why do you have to do these things?
Okay. So, what's going on in this square here? So he's going to walk to there and then come back. It's going to give him some awkward line of sight. I'm going to do a bit of a peek here into this room. Now that power supply is going to be essential to take offline. We've got a camera drone over in that corner. We have guards closing on this particular position here, so he definitely needs to move. Banks is in a very precarious position. I'm very aware that this other guard is going to come and patrol back into this room. But I think if we move her to there, she might have a ghost of a chance. It's going to be very tricky though. I think Banks might be a sacrifice. One of the advantages being though, I mean, there doesn't seem to be any other way in and out of this room other than this door here. And actually, if there's a body in here that's going to distract all the guards, that might be a useful role for that agent to undertake. So let's just see what's going on with Prism. Prism's a bit stuck. I can't activate her disguise. Let's see, she's going to be there for at least another 2 turns. In that time I could practically bring her around by the other door. So I think I'm going to have to write that off as a bad experiment. Let's bring Central round to here. And let's see what befalls Banks. I think I'm being much more careful with this mission than I perhaps have been with some of the others. It would be such a shame to have got this far and not complete this mission, but I really must stress just how difficult this mission is in compared to all the other ones we've played so far.
Must be jumping tonight. Guess it was nothing.
Now I think this guard is going to feel like he wants to investigate, and that's what's going to make this difficult now.
Why do you make me do these things?
Because Banks is definitely running out of places to stand that aren't in sight of something. I may just have to risk the camera. Could just leg it.
Huh? What was that?
Okay, so that's our camera alert. What we could really do with here is a better place to hide. Let's tuck her behind this door and hope to get lucky. Now then, this guard here is going to see any movement that Central makes. doesn't mean we can't lose him. So that bot's going to be back any moment, isn't it? Ah, and there's the nanofab we could do with. Interesting, right. Who's not moved? Central hasn't moved. These guys are all sort of taken up a little bit. Okay. This central room seems to be where all the action's happening. And I have a horrible feeling, because of the way this last mission tends to put your two objectives, even though it's obviously a procedurally generated level, it tends to put your two objectives at opposite ends of the map. So,
Nothing. Investigating area. Must be magic.
even having got to one end of the map, we're then going to have to pass back through this room in order to get out. Okay. I'm going to grab this power.
What was that? Hey, did you see that?
Not quite sure how he saw that door moving from there, but never mind. Oh, great.
Fire levels increased. We need sharper tools.
Well, that's less helpful. Let's just arm him. I wonder if he can. I'm not sure he can do anything with that. Prism's still playing catch up. And Banks is off on her own little crusade, which is fine. Let's go and gather some power.
Did you see that?
Okay. This game is starting to be very suspicious with its reporting now. Who is it that's coming to look? It's him. Has she got... She's got a... Okay. Interesting. Ah, not what I wanted. That was a very poor move.
What?
Well...
Intruder, what was that? Investigating. Stop.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of her.
What was that?
And I'm not even gonna, you know, sometimes I would just take a guard out, just for the sake of vindictiveness. But her particular weapon that she's carrying drains 5 power, which I don't really want to be doing at this point. But usefully, she has drawn all the guards now to this part of the facility. So it could be worse. Oh, I really could do with that camera to be out. Okay, so I'm going to have Dr. Zoo destroy this camera drone. Because that's one less thing to worry about. And unfortunately we don't have any way of actually crossing this room without setting the camera off. Which is a shame. What does this demon do? Brings an additional guard onto the level. We do not want that. So that demon is now out of our hair. Let's... Is there a route to that camera? There actually isn't, is there? Ah, then I guess we have to sort of prioritise the camera, really. Hang on, where's Prism? Because she's got her handheld hacking device. So she might be a useful person to bring up at this stage. The question really is, do we go for the nanofab on the base of the items we need, or do we set this camera going as soon as possible? I mean, it's still going to be 5 turns before I can do anything about that camera. And also possibly somewhere there is an additional, possibly 3 guards here we haven't tagged yet. I'm going to have to tag them. Oh, only 1 according to that. That's a shame. Okay, so Banks is in trouble. Let's just use her to draw the guards as far away from the rest of the action as possible.
Agent down. I hope this is worth it.
Right. Let's just hope she's as expendable as I think she is. Let's bring Central round out of the way. It's very frustrating that it's just not possible to sort of slip through this level. Now if we had the hollow projector you could place it there and you'd have a nice way out of the room. But actually as it stands we do not have anything. So this is where Prism's hollow disguise is really going to come into its own again. And he's sort of stuck where he is really. That's a real pity. And it's a shame that everyone's alerted so soon as well. Because unfortunately now we're not going to get any peace from the guards. And really, you know, if I were to consider my odds for now finishing this level, I'd have to be honest and say I don't think I'm going to succeed at this today. Which is a sad thing to have to acknowledge, but I think with all these guards on patrol and knowing what else is still to come up, I think actually the prognosis is very poor. I may even just have to risk setting off the camera in order to try and make some progress here. Ah, it's so frustrating.
That's the security hub for this level. I bet I can clear the way from there.
Additional guard patrols. Kill them. Kill them all.
Okay. Right. So I can at least take this camera out. Unfortunately now... Oh, it's rebooting. You mean sod. Well, at least I can set this objective going. Oh, and this still needs hacking. It never rains but it pours on this level, I tell you. Right, so all these guards are going to come in here, so let's bring her down. Where's Prism? Useful, useful Prism. Unfortunately not currently useful. Let's just bring some heat off. That's one less guard we're going to have to worry about responding to this alert. Oh, it's depressing how badly this is going. I think I've had quite a nice run of missions actually. I know I feel that I've been unlucky with, perhaps some of the objectives I've had. But actually in terms of difficulty, I think, I've managed the missions up to this point quite well. But I think this last level is really where you see the kind of roguelike nature of this game coming in. Because this mission is really designed to do nothing but kill you. Gonna have to start it hacking because I really can't do anything until this is available. Move him around the back of that machine so he's got a bit of cover. Right, is there... I could actually hide there. Which is useful. So...
Investigating the area.
It's nice to know that the AI has the same problem as me and just has more units than it really knows how to move around the map. Okay, sadly I think Dr. Zoo is about to be spotted. It's actually quite hard to tell. I think this guard here, when he moves at this angle, will spot him. So which one is that? That's one of these two. So I may need to be brave. Let's be brave with Central, which is probably a bad idea, and see if we can't draw these guards off.
Hey, investigating.
Okay, well that has worked. We no longer have a guard threatening Dr. Zoo's position. That's on its way down. We do of course have the ping tool, which we could use, but I'm trying to conserve power at the moment. So let's just try and leave that as a last resort. Prism. Prism is currently not playing much of a role in this. And Monster is kind of stuck where he is, and so is Dr. Zoo. Okay.
Looking around.
Investigating. There's a drone down.
Oh. I think actually these guards could do with... I think if there's any improvement that could be made in the AI in this game, I mean it's very solid, but sometimes the turn order of the guards, they just get themselves in a mess. Oh, this is going to be difficult. I don't think I can stop that guard investigating that. Let's try. We're going to use the ping. Let's draw these guys as far away from this room as we can. Has that worked? Yes, that's taking them both away. Good. So hopefully they won't remember to get upset about that drone. This camera's still not down, unfortunately. Okay. You get to this stage with a mission like this where you're just...
Drone.
Yeah, and there it is. You're just waiting for the thing that is going to make it go wrong. And there it is.
Looks like I've got something.
I didn't attempt to move the drone's corpse. I confess it's not something I've ever actually tried, but I wonder if you can move the wreckage. Unfortunately, I'm not going to find out today. Right, is there anything that can realistically be done? I really don't think there is. I mean, there's 5 guards surrounding Central here. The best I can really hope for is to hack this nanofab and basically hope to get a med gel so that we can pick her up and kind of put her back on her feet. And really, Dr. Zoo is going to be spotted at any moment standing there, so he's going to have to go somewhere else. As valuable as power is at this stage in the game, I don't think that room is going to be worth playing with. Let's scout Prism ahead this way and see if we can find the other room that we need to get to. Oh, it's definitely not there, is it? So it must be, our other objective must logically be down here. All is not lost, but it is looking pretty bad. So let's move Central as much in this direction as we can before she gets shot.
Target down.
Okay, that at least puts her one step closer to where we need her to be when she's resurrected. Okay, Monster can start doing his thing here.
What we got here? It seems strangely unguarded. Maybe they're relying upon those jumped-up guards to protect the system.
Well, at least all these bodies hitting the ground is giving the guards something else to look at. Because, yeah, the last thing we need is all 5 of those guards to start flooding into this room. Let's just, okay, let's just tag again just to make sure all our guards are covered. I do want to know what everyone is doing at all times, really, on this level. I can't imagine how difficult this level would be if you didn't have the WISP program.
Investigating the area.
Target down.
Looking around.
It's funny how they all kind of respond to the same unconscious body.
Investigating area.
Alarm level 4. Additional guard patrols. Kill them.
More problems.
Installed.
We're losing power as well, which is not what we want.
Damn, we walked straight into a honeypot. I can still extract the door codes, but it's going to take a while.
Right, we really could do without any guards coming in this direction, but...
Investigating.
Okay, well that's brought at least one guard out of that particular direction. So Prism could generate 5 power by going to that terminal, but it would probably cost me 4 to go and get it. So it's a bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a tricky thing to work out whether it's worth doing. Of course, there's another way through there. Okay, let's set this hacking, because we may yet need to make our way through that laser grid. Don't really like leaving Monster on his own, but I've just been...
Investigating area.
What? Stop there.
Okay,
Investigating the area.
this is starting to look like very much a game over situation. But we do not give up yet. Another new guard.
They've noticed us, and they're sending someone to check this terminal. Keep them occupied while I finish.
6, 7. I'm counting at least 7 guards on this level now. Okay. Do we think there's anywhere these agents can move to get out of trouble? There isn't a lot we can do, is there? Oh, it's such a shame. This guy here is about to have company. Now this is where something like the hollow cloak that the actual starting character that you have makes a difference, because Prism can't actually adopt her guard disguise while she's in view. But actually a character now here with a complete invisibility cloak would actually have the ability to get out of this situation. I'm trying to think back to what it was that first went wrong. I think it was the discovery of Banks, or possibly the destruction of the drone. I'm not sure quite where it went wrong. It's annoying, you see, that if I move Dr. Zoo to this square, this guy will have a shot on him. You wouldn't think he would do through all of these things, but realistically I think that's the situation. Now there is a chance here. Oh, I don't think there is. Let's try it.
Hey, intruder.
Oh, interesting.
Damn it, they got away. Investigating.
Goodness me, he's actually managed to evade.
What was that?
Wow, and that might have actually given Prism a lifeline here.
What was that?
Because she can now adopt her disguise. And hopefully slip to some sort of cover. Wow. I was not expecting to get much further with that. Well, let's see what happens.
Stop there.
Ah!
What was that? Investigating. Hey.
It's very easy to forget with this game that that is a line of sight.
Hey. Hey.
What was that? Stop there.
Yeah, there is officially no way out of that for Prism.
What was that?
He's still going.
Daemon installed.
What was that?
What
Investigating.
the hell was that? They know we're in the building.
Okay, so we've now
Just
got
give them a
guards
bit
en
more
route.
time.
He's going to have to just sit tight. Again, there is really no way out of this for Prism. Very frustrating.
Intruder down.
So, Dr. Zoo's ultimate aim is going to be to get back to that nanofab and pick up a med gel. This is, you know, obviously still attempting to win, even against all these odds. And those are the only two characters I actually have still up. At least a presence of a body is going to keep all these guards distracted.
Target down. Target down.
I continually forget though in this game the way line of sight works on these objects, because even though that looks like,
Looking around.
even though this item here looks like a sort of person height thing, it doesn't cast a shadow in the sense that enemies do just look straight through it, as if they're not there.
What was that? Investigating.
Warning, daemon installed. Mainframe detected.
Damon got through my counterattack. We're almost there.
Okay, so we need to start playing Ring a Ring of Roses here with the guards, because this guy's going to come in and spot what's going on. So Monster's just going to have to move to this side of the terminal and continue his hack from there.
Oh, yes.
He's only got one turn left on the hack. It's so close. But of course we do need to get to the other facility and hack that one as well, which obviously doesn't make things very easy. It's got to be down here somewhere. It looks like we've still got a camera somewhere we haven't managed to deal with. Okay. Dr. Zoo really needs to try and move. Hard to know where to at this stage.
Hey,
What was that? Investigating.
Investigating.
Now, whose line is that? Right, might be worth using another ping now. Just to draw all these guards away from whatever it is they're looking at. That should keep things nice and quiet for a short period of time.
Investigating area. Investigating.
We've actually been slightly lucky there with the way the guard has searched around that central pillar,
Investigating.
because I would have expected Monster to get spotted there.
the area.
But actually we've been quite fortunate.
Enforcers deployed.
Okay, let's see which position they give away. Well, that's just rude.
Investigating.
Mainframe devices rebooting.
Okay. Well, we definitely do not... Right.
There. I've got the codes. They're too complex for manual entry, but I can load them into my subdermal data bank.
We're almost there. Monster, rendezvous with me at the mainframe entrance.
I love the fact that in this, characters who are unconscious still take part in the plot dialogue. Okay. Does Monster have Anarchy? He doesn't, so he can't pickpocket. So, let's distract this guard slightly.
What was that? Investigating.
I think he's going to be safe to stand on this side of the door. Right, Dr. Zoo really needs to try and get his hands on a med gel. Sadly, there is only one. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about the paralyzer. There is absolutely no point knocking a guard out. Oh, it's really annoying that these nanofabs only carry one med gel. You know what, at this stage, may as well buy this and install it.
Augment installed.
So we get a chance here for a little bit more power. What we really need to do at this stage is get Central back on her feet. If we can just sprint to that final objective, there is a chance we could still finish this mission.
Looking around.
The odds are so far against it though. I've no idea how we're going to get through this
What was
room.
that? Investigating.
So we've got guys here with room scanners now. Oh, it all just feels so unfair. Okay. Wow. Oh, I love this bit. So this is this kind of special attack, which is just brilliant. It's so satisfying to unleash. What's this guy doing? Ah, right. Let's get Central back on her feet. It's a slightly indelicate way of doing it, but we'll forgive them for that. Do I want to take out this guy? Do you know what? It's one less person to worry about.
Warning, daemon installed.
Oh, great. That's not helpful. That has gained us power, though, because of Central's ability. Now, they're all going to get spotted as soon as this guy walks through the door. Why? Why did I not think of that? Genuinely upsetting.
Investigating area.
This could be it, folks. Yeah. Oh! That's distracted that guard.
Down. Looking around. Intruder.
Stop there! Hey, investigating!
Default state of the universe is chaos.
So,
Superposition of all
I'm really not seeing a way out of this room. I mean, I can get the characters out of trouble this turn.
Investigating.
Damn it, they got away. What was that? What was that?
But I really think this is just rather tragically avoiding the inevitable at this point. In fact, for every turn this continues, I'm actually going to be slightly amazed.
Stop there!
Hey, investigating!
Okay, well, there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is 2 more guards, and it's going to give away character positions. The good news is
Investigating.
What was that?
they pretty much knew where all my people were anyway.
is a reduction of outcomes. It is the winnowing of chaos.
And actually, once it gets to alarm level 6, it really can't get any worse.
Hearing from that thing.
What was it? Investigating.
Power talking.
Investigating.
She'll recover when we connect her to the mainframe.
If you say so.
Hey, investigating.
What was that?
What was that? Investigating.
Good time to booby trap the door. Right.
Damn it, they got away.
Oh, and thank goodness the ping distraction is still working. Right, let's see if we can pull... How many of these can we pull away, do you think? Could possibly get 3 of them into this room. Although one of them appears to be determined to come this way. Oh, it's so frustrating. Although we don't technically need Monster anymore, I don't think. Okay. He may provide a worthwhile distraction yet.
Breaching the door!
So yeah, so the good news is that at security level 6 it can't get any worse.
Okay, investigating.
What was that? What was that? Investigating.
This is information. Information is unlikely. Information is beauty.
Stop there!
What was that? Investigating.
Damn it, they got away.
And there is our final room. Will we get the chance?
What was that?
Hey. Investigating.
Again, I think these guys are just going to be sacrificing themselves in order to allow Central to get through. Can't believe Monster's still on his feet.
What was that? Investigating.
Looking around.
Hey, intruder!
Breaching the door. What was that? What was that? What was that? Intruder. Investigating. Stop there.
Okay. Have we done enough?
Into chaos. Information must be created in order to retain meaning.
Oh, it's all so close, it's painful. Do you know, I think that demon, it says it drains power. It probably drains less than 5 power, so I might just as well leave it. Run!
There's no time for sentimentality. We
Down.
need to finish what we came to do.
Oh, this is so close.
Intruder down!
Investigating the area.
Investigating. Looking around.
Thankfully, they're all staying away from the room that Central has just gone to. So I'm hoping
Based on anywhere fundamental action of the installation.
so. At the moment, they've all been staying away from this room that Central
Well,
is
that
in.
was unexpected. See if you can use it to our advantage.
Ah, Monster is needed for that final room. I really could do with that ping to be working right now.
What was that?
Investigating.
Investigating. Hey, investigating.
That could be the thing that stops this from completing, sadly. It's really hard to see what direction these guys are going to be looking in. We've been very lucky there with our character placement. It's not in range of any of the scans. Although, oh, just in a blind spot.
Investigating.
Looking around. Investigating the area.
The beauty of the system may be improved by the deletion of chaotic elements.
It's all going to come down to this one ping and whether or not I can place it in just the right place. The question is, which character is most a problem? Probably these ones. Let's hope that's enough. So painfully close.
Investigating. Hey. Investigating.
But at the same time, that's such a big open room with not very much cover to have to get through. It's kind of really difficult to know. It's really difficult to even visualise a way for that character to get through, although there's a gap. There is a gap. We have a chance. It is not much of a chance, but it is a chance. And in fact, this one enforcer who's coming this way, we might even be able to take him out. Oh, I wish Ping had a shorter recharge on it, I really do. Okay, I'm going to start hacking these guys with the increased armour. Because there's just a chance.
Looking around.
Looking around.
Oh, it's painfully close.
Deletion.
What was that?
Open sesame.
Oh my god.
I need to do this alone.
I don't believe it!
The door and don't let anyone.
We actually made it to the end of the mission. That is incredible. Well, spoilers coming up, folks, if you haven't seen the end of this mission. But I'm going to sit here and watch it because this is so satisfying.
Mother, are you there?
(568) Alpha Override Omega 3.
Access denied.
568 Gamma Reboot Procedure 11.
Access denied. Illegal intrusion detected.
Okay, we'll do this the hard way.
They've broken through my grid. Heavy stuff incoming.
Not a good time.
I'm getting the hell out of here. You need to do the same if you want to live.
There you are.
Warning. Security personnel have been notified and are en route. User identified.
Mother.
This host is acceptable.
Wipe the SetNet records and reroute their security protocols towards
I now control the entirety of SecNet.
all of SecNet? That's not possible.
Taking control of the Guardian satellite network. Priming orbital lasers.
Orbital lasers? What are you doing?
KN headquarters destroyed.
Wait,
Plastec headquarters destroyed.
that's not what I asked you to do.
FTM headquarters destroyed. Senkaku manufacturing facilities purged of organic materials. Production facilities online. You have served our purposes well. You have been rewarded for your service and will not be harmed. You may now leave.
Well, you can't hear it, but I'm actually slightly out of breath having finished that.
What the hell is going on? 1 minute a combined security apparatus of 4 megacorps is bearing down on us, and the next, SecNet is gone.
She tipped them off. This was her plan all along.
What? Your AI, where is it?
Some plan.
She's no
I barely
longer
made
in
it.
our employ. Operator, are you there? We've made it. It cost us dearly, but we've made it.
Well, fantastic. I gained myself a couple of achievements there, I think, for completing Expert Ironman for the first time. I'm kind of overwhelmed. I'm a little bit actually out of breath, having even finished that mission at all. I mean, as you can see, there's always a certain amount of luck in terms of how, you know, very specific guard movements, the slightest square in one direction or another, or the slightest angle of facing of a guard can make such a huge difference. But I really feel, you know, I mean, that's the first time I've seen the ending of that on expert mode. I've seen the ending on lower difficulties, and I must say that from my point of view, the two pieces of server software which are absolutely essential, one of them is Wisp. I really don't know how you would even hope to get through a level like that without having the guards paths permanently tracked. I mean, if you don't have Wisp, you really do need something like the tag pistol, and to make sure you diligently tag every single guard in the level. The other thing is, I mean, ping. The importance of ping can't be underestimated. The ability to just take a whole room full of guards and make them look in a completely different direction. As demonstrated in that, you know, I don't think I would have made it into that room if I hadn't been able to move some of those guards off and face them a different way. But I'm just kind of, I'm kind of so pleased for myself, and pleased for you if you're watching this and you've been watching it since part 1, that we actually got to the end of that and finished that mission. A very satisfying ending. Really was not, I mean, even before I started tonight, I was not expecting to be able to complete this mission, and definitely from about halfway through that, I just thought there is absolutely no chance at all. But that is fantastically satisfying. And, you know, thank you for watching. That's pretty much going to draw to an end my streams of this game for the time being. From a personal point of view, I've now completed this whole kind of standard area up here, so it puts me into the kind of, I'm probably going to try endless mode next, I don't think I'm quite. I'm tired from that. I don't think I can quite face Expert Plus, but I'll probably do a run on Endless, and we'll just see how far we can get. But if you've been watching, thank you so much for following this adventure with me. I've been Hold My Kidney. You can follow my Twitches that I do from time to time live on twitch.tv/holdmykidney, and of course you can find my YouTube channel here. Yeah, just thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.